Want to know the latest and hottest music hitting the airwaves? Don't be left out. Listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. Keith keeps you on the loop with everything you need to know from pop, rock, hip-hop, and the top 40. And we'll throw in news of your favorite artists, concert and tour dates, and so much more. Listen no further, because this is the gold standard in music podcast.
Greetings, people of Earth and the known universe. You're listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is your Captain Keith. And on deck today we have Chuck Berry with Chuck, his CD that was released posthumously. And we have Fergie with Double Dutchess, the deluxe version. Omar with Love and Beats. And Oddisee and Good Company with Beneath the Surface. So let's get to it, folks. Hope everyone had a good Memorial Day holiday weekend. No, I did. Now let's talk about Mr. Charles Edward Anderson Berry, a.k.a. Chuck Berry, the father of rock and roll, and one of the kings of it as well. So this is his last album before his death. You know, it's his latest record since 1979, 38 years basically to be exact. Chuck became his album, as I said before, posthumously. It's his first album to hit the UK top 10, debuting at number 9. Chuck started production in 1991. You know, so I'm gonna read to you a little bit some background about this record before we get into the review of it. So. So he started production on this record in 1991. So, you know, it took him a long time to finish it. When Sonic the Hedgehog and Vanilla Ice were cool. So that was going on in 91. Berry stayed silent for a long time about the album. Even when it was finished in 2014, 2 years later, Berry announced the album on his 90th birthday on October 18th, and that it would be released on June 16th, 2017. Sadly, though, Mr. Berry didn't live so long to see it released. He died on the 18th of March in his house in St. Charles County, Missouri. In a leaked 911 call, there was cardiac arrest was the cause of Mr. Berry's death, apparently. The album was released by Dual Tone on the original release date of Chuck's date that he had in mind, June 16th. Because of Mr. Berry's death, Chuck was considered the last Chuck Berry album, basically. So many of the songs on Chuck they sound very similar to other songs Berry has made, like Johnny B. Good and Roll Over Beethoven, but with different lyrics. If you've ever listened to Chuck Berry before, this is completely normal for him. Berry often takes his old songs and gives them new lyrics. And sometimes that works. So, okay, let's definitely want to say that. Chuck Berry has a good ride in the rock and roll industry and pretty much created it. John Lennon once said, quote, "If you want another name for rock and roll, call it Chuck Berry." Rest in peace, Mr. Berry. That's true. He's, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Bo Diddley, Screaming Jay Hawkins, Ike Turner. Those are basically the founders of rock and roll. So, and Fats Domino. Excuse me. Yeah. Can't forget Mr. Domino. So let's get into this album. Yeah, there was a reason why I wanted to review this record, because I wasn't sure if everyone knew that it came out, and it's just a big deal. His death was a big deal, and let's talk about Mr. Berry. So the album starts off, first of all, on the front, it's a picture of Chuck Berry. It says Chuck, and it's got him standing wide, holding out his guitar, and his eyes closed. It's like a cool little painting of him. It's very nice. The album starts off with a song called Wonderful Woman, which has that classic Chuck Berry sound. The opening note sounds like a bell chiming or one xylophone note, The production is accompanied by a harmonica followed by guitar, bass, and drums. The drums have an acoustic feel to them, and the piano in the background gives off that boogie woogie music vibe. So I wanted to tell you that. The song seems to be about Chuck Berry experiencing love at first sight at a concert. He's enamored by this mysterious woman and her beauty. He makes a move and everything seems to be fine until she has to leave. That's when his heart breaks, you know. It's a classic case of boy meets girl. He charms girl, but boy still loses girl. Charm isn't always enough to keep a woman's attention. So it's amazing some of the things I learned when I started doing my reviews and writing and the epiphanies that I have. So I never really thought about that until after I wrote that down. Let's go over some of the lyrics for that song, Wonderful Woman. Oh, well, look at her now. Oh, well, looky here now. This just makes my day. Yes, a wonderful woman. She just woke my way. While I was standing in like a leaf on a willow tree, upon the open the great big beautiful eyes following me. I keep just wish thinking, but I hope that it still might be. Man, she's so beautiful. She have long brown wavy hair, wearing. Give me 1 second with that lyric. Let me. Cause I know. I'm going to get more detail with that lyric. 1 second here. Because the source material I'm using sometimes it's not always accurate in the transcription. So, un momento. One moment. Thanks for your patience, folks. Okay, so let's get back to Wonderful Woman. All right. To get out my stuff here. I'm going to read that over again. So, oh, well, look here now. This just makes my day. There's a wonderful woman. She just walked by my way while I was standing there trembling like a leaf on a willow tree, hoping them great, big, beautiful eyes would fall on me. It was wishful thinking, but I hope that it still might be. Man, she's so beautiful. She had long, brown, wavy hair, wearing a form-fitting dress that was hard to bear. Man, she could pull a Big Ten in a beauty scene anywhere. Have you ever seen a woman to whom your heart you'd give? Who would betray you twice and you know you'd still forgive? If you have, they were alike most too beautiful to live. Man, she was so good, and she's all that I could hope to share. By the stars up above, she knew that my heart was there. She just stole the control of my heart, but she didn't care. When I feel this way, I just sing what I have to say. You know, I need satisfaction. I didn't get any yesterday. Woe, it be unto me if it be that she gets away. I feel good like it's party time, don't you know? And it blew my mind when she smiled and said hello. But it broke my heart when she told me it's time to go. You know, I was pushing for luck, but I knew I had to close the show. But you was rocking me, baby, with your rhythm in the second row. Just thinking about it breaks my heart. I had to let you go. Great song. And then I'm just like, wow. So this is a song about romance and like love at first sight. And it's like a rock song. So I don't hear that in rock songs. And I'm a fan of rock and roll music. So his writing is still great. So yeah, I enjoyed that song. And the lyrics I think are really cool. So when I read those lyrics and listen to that song, like, okay, so when you first hear it, I'm like, okay, well, is he in a nightclub or was he performing and he saw her? Because then it says, you know, she's in the second row. So I'm like, okay. So it sounds like she left while he was performing, but while he was performing, he was bedazzled by her. So, okay, we're going to go with that. So, but yeah, that song's called Wonderful Woman. That starts off the album. So, the song is slow-paced and fun at the same time with its delivery. So I wanted to mention that. Big Boy starts off and plays Chuck Berry's classic Johnny B. Good guitar intro. The song changes once you hear Chuck Berry singing about wanting to do and be just like the Big Boys. More Boogie Woogie piano in the background, along with rhythm guitar in the background, and Chuck's classic lead guitar playing. The last guitar solo has a modern fuzz tone effect on it. That particular solo at the end was actually played by Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. So, delightful surprise. So, this is a great song with a very cool video, actually, too. It was the first video and single off the record. when the record was released. Chuck Berry is younger than the rest, but makes up for it in spirit and spunk in the video. He finds out where the school dance is for the older teenagers, and he crashes it. He winds up turning it out with his cool dance moves. One teenage girl seems to be taken with him after watching him dance, and because he cuts in on her date so that he can dance with her. Yeah, the music video and the song are a perfect blend of old school and new school together. So yeah, it was really cool. It's a cool video and it's a great song. Here's some of the lyrics to that song. When I was just a little boy like you, I wanted to do things the big boys do. Wherever they went, you knew they wouldn't let me go, and I got suspicious and I wanted to know. I was bright in school, but my future looked dim because the big boys wouldn't let me party with them. So yes, I didn't cry. Yes, and you know why. Yes, I knew when and what. Yes, no ifs, ands, or buts. I was looking for joy. Yes, when I was a little bitty boy. I mean, it's like he never left. I mean, this is, he could have wrote this like 40, 50 years ago. It sounds like Chuck Berry. I'm sorry, let me finish. All of the big girls went there too. I went there too. When I asked them what's happening, nobody knew. But when I found out where, what, when, and why, I didn't let a single week pass by till the school dance when I first met you, and I learned to party like the big boys do. Yes, I didn't cry. Yes, and you know why. Yes, I knew when and what. Yes, no ifs, ands, or buts. I was looking for joy. Yes, when I was a little bitty boy. If I would have known what makes a world go round, I would have known what goes up must come down. If you love me like I love you, mademoiselle, je vous aime, voulez-vous. The girls want to stay and the boys want to play. So let's rock and roll to the break of day. Fun song, fun video. Definitely encourage you to listen to it. It's really good. So, and I want to mention something before I go to the next song. In case you're wondering what this reference is. So give me 1 second. Boogie Woogie. I talked about the Boogie Woogie piano playing. So it's a musical genre that became popular during the late 1920s, but it developed in the African American communities in the 1870s. It was eventually extended from piano to piano duo and trio, guitar, big band, country and western music, and gospel. While the blues traditionally expresses a variety of emotions, Boogie Woogie is mainly associated with dancing. The lyrics of one of the earliest hits from Pine Top's Boogie Woogie consist entirely of instructions to dancers. So that piano playing style. It's Boogie Woogie, but it sounds, it's reminiscent like of jazz, but it's kind of groovier and funkier in a sense. And people like Fats Domino, Little Richard, and Chuck Berry, would definitely have that and play that in their music. So that's what I mean when I say Boogie Woogie for the piano style of some of these songs on Mr. Berry's new album. So I just wanted to mention that to you guys. So enough of that. So, in regards to the album, You Go to My Head, another song. It's a great blues song that has Chuck Berry duetting with his daughter Ingrid Berry. The tempo is slow and driven musically by piano. The guitar is in the background behind the bass on this track. The drums are a slow bass drum and snare combination. This song is about being attracted to someone so much that they're all up in your head. And you don't know how to get them out of your head, and you don't know if you really want to. Your attraction is unrequited, though, and you know it, but you still can't get this person out of your head. Even though this is a blues song, I feel like slow dancing with someone every time I hear it, because it's just that good of a song. The father of rock and roll still has his charm when you listen to his lyrics on this song. He says, you go to my head and you linger like a haunting refrain. And I find you spinning around in my brain like the bubbles in a glass of champagne. You go to my head like the sparkles in a burgundy brew. And I find the very mention of you is like the kicker in a julep or two. Oh, what a thought that you might give a thought to my plea. Cast a spell over me. But then I say to myself, get a hold to yourself. Can't you see it can never be? You go to my head like the summer with 1,000 Julys. Oh, how you make my temperature rise. You intoxicate my soul with your eyes. You go to my head with a smile that makes my temperature rise. It's like a summer with 1,000 Julys. You intoxicate my soul with your eyes. Yeah, this is just straight up like poetry. Yeah, so that's a great song with Chuck Berry and Ingrid. His daughter sings on this record with him. His son, Charles Berry Jr. and Chuck Berry III also play on this record. Ingrid sings, and she also plays harmonica on this album, so I wanted to mention that as well. And we'll be back with more on the review with Chuck Berry's Chuck album after this break.
Always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Welcome back. You're listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is Captain Keith. And we were talking about the new Chuck Berry album called Chuck, his last album. And we have some more to talk about. He has a song called 3/4 Enchiladas. And it's like a true sequel to Chuck Berry's classic song, My Dingling. This song is actually done in 3/4 time, as it's titled. It's guitar, piano, and bass. The guitar and piano drive the song totally. Chuck Berry talks about his love of enchiladas, Eldorados, the classic Cadillac car, rock and roll, women, and wine. He lets you know that he loves what he does and wants to do it for as long as he can. He also reminds you at the end of the song that he never stopped loving the ladies. This recording is live and sounds amazing. I don't know if a studio version of it would have had the same magic. I really don't think it would. It also appears that this was Chuck Berry just warming up with his band and tuning. So, he says, I like enchiladas, all the Eldorados that shine. Old red guitar, rock and roll, nice girls, and wine. Saying ain't good for me, but people, I'm still feeling fine. I just hold on to my guitar and rock it out 4 or 5 times. Sometimes I get sideways, stay up all night writing songs. I know it ain't healthy, but somehow I keep going on. Just sit there and write. Don't care if the darn thing don't rhyme. As long as I've got my guitar, rock it out 4 or 5 times. That's called titillating. It's a mean old world and we all got to live our lives. Yes, we do. Dang. One thing for certain, ain't none of us going to get away from here alive. So while I'm still kicking, I'm going to keep picking my tunes. I love what I'm doing. I hope I don't end too soon. All of my life, there's one thing I've been hoping to find. A woman like you, honey, whose software matches this hard drive of mine. Love it. Yes. So, I'm sorry. I really like that song. Darling. So this is it's a nice blues song that is dedicated to Chuck Berry's daughter, Ingrid Berry, who's also singing on the song with him. Mr. Berry sings about getting older and how time goes by so quickly. He also sings about fame and fortune and heartache that has all been a part of his life. This song is completely anchored by the Boogie Woogie piano with a slow and steady bass and drums in the background to the piano. There are background singers towards the end of the song that sound like a gospel choir, and they totally complement the song. The song is it's a bittersweet tribute to his daughter. Darling, your father's growing older. Each year, strands of gray are showing bolder. Come here and lay your head upon my shoulder, my dear. The time is passing fast away. There have been many sundown that I've seen come by since you were just sweet 16, and I have played these same songs of yesterday. Oh my, how the time has passed away. Yes, there's been fame and there's been fortune, but there's been heartache combined. Hear me now as I cry. Oh, loving fans of mine, the good times come, but not to stay. Your fine time will take them fast away. Darling, hear these words, and true are they. My dear, life can pass so fast away. It's kind of sad, actually, but it's a nice song, though. The only song I didn't really care for on this album was Jamaica Moon. The song is it's a bad reggae version of Havana Moon from Chuck Berry. Every time I hear this song, it makes me want to listen to Havana Moon instead. I know what they were trying to do, and it just didn't work. The song would have been better if he would have had someone else sing his lyrics while he sings the hook on this song. But my favorite track on this album is the Dutchman. This song has Chuck Berry doing spoken word, and it kills. He narrates a story about himself walking into a bar as an older man. As a tall, dark stranger, only two people greet him. The Dutchman gives him a drink at the bar while a redheaded woman tries to stick her dog on him. But when the Great Dane sees him and goes over to him, he starts licking his hands. Chuck Berry begins to tell his story about being a rock and roller and how he fell in love with his wife. The song has a laid-back rhythm guitars and drum beat that's slow-paced and steady. And it goes like this. A bunch of guys was in this bar room. Most of them had been there half the day. They'd been telling jokes and fairy tales, lying, just to pass the time away. Then suddenly someone cracked the barroom door and then pushed it open wide. And this huge, tall, dark dude bowed his head and stepped inside. I wondered where he's from, some blonde asked. The wind must have blown him in. But an old Dutchman offered him a drink. What will it be, whiskey, rum, or gin? Second Fido, a redhead shouted, show him his way back to the street. But the Great Dane just walked over and licked his hand and lay down at his feet. He said, if you spare me that drink, Dutchman, I promise I'll tell you how that I came to be the helpless sight that stands before you now. I used to be an artist, no one who sits and fiddles out on the curb. But in my day and time, my music was considered superb. I wrote a song about a poor kid raised down in New Orleans. It didn't make the Hall of Fame, but it bought us shrimp, rice, and beans. He kept at it until it made the big time, playing town after town, until he met a woman he fell in love with, and it really turned his life around. She had eyes like Cleopatra and a head of luxurious hair. With the brilliance of her beauty, no other could compare. When she lifted her eyes to his, her lips would fall apart. Each time she allowed him to kiss her, it near petrified his heart. But when he asked her would she marry him, he'd give her everything he had. She turned and walked away, and it nearly drove him mad. He promised her $500,000 and would even pay in advance if she would let him prove himself, or at least give him a chance. And if he should go blind and had to use his hands to feel, he would hire someone to do her work and prepare her every meal. How could a man love a woman so much? Not one of you would think. Well, I did, and I still do. Hey, Dutchman, you promised me a drink. Yes, so great song. It was a pleasant surprise to hear him do spoken word. I wish I could have heard more of Mr. Berry doing that on this record. This is a good album, though. I really enjoyed this record. I've had the pleasure and the honor of seeing Chuck Berry live one time at the State Fair. Little Richard opened up for him, and they both were great. Mr. Berry was a consummate showman. He performed up basically until he died for the most part. I think he had to slow it down and maybe do it once a month, but he always performed. I mean, he was a true showman, a true musician. And as you can see from his lyrics, the way he writes his songs and the way he sings about love and about women and how he talks about their beauty and the magnificence of who they are is just really cool. It's just, I don't see writing like that. I just don't. So yeah, I've enjoyed reviewing this record. I did. But yeah, when I saw him at the State Fair, he was amazing. I saw the Duck Walk. I mean, I'm glad I saw him when I did, because I didn't know that was going to be the only time I ever seen him, but I'm glad I had that memory. It was an honor to see him. He started all of this. He's one of the people who started all of this, literally. Chuck Berry's final album, Chuck, is a great rock and roll blues record. It's an album that embodies love, heartache, ambition, rebellion, and confidence. Sounds like one of the kings of rock and roll, and definitely its father. Chuck Berry, Hail Hail Rock and Roll, because Chuck Berry ended on a high note. Definitely worth listening to. On a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the best, this album gets a 9. My favorite tracks are Wonderful Woman, Big Boys, You Go to My Head, 3/4 Time Enchiladas, Darling, She Still Loves You, and Dutchman. Yeah, I recommend this record. This is one of the people that, rock and roll starts with him, Little Richard, Fats Domino, Bo Diddley, Screaming Jay Hawkins, and Ike Turner. Yes. And of course, there's blues pioneers before them. Can't forget about Sister Rosetta Tharpe And this, Big Mama Thornton, there's a lot of people, but yeah, in this regard, yeah, it's definitely an album worth having. So yeah, once again, I give it a 9. So, and now I want to talk about the next review. We go from rock and roll to some pop with Miss Fergie, the Double Dutchess. That's the new album. This is Fergie's second solo album, and it's been 12 years since her first solo album, The Dutchess. Of course, Fergie is a member of the Black Eyed Peas, and prior to that, she was in an R&B trio called Wild Orchid. The new record, Double Dutchess, is a blend of pop, hip-hop, reggae, jazz, and dance electronica. The album starts off with a song called Hungry, which there's a video for featuring Rick Ross. The track is keyboard-driven with trap drums and bass with a haunting chant in the background that has like a Gregorian feel to it. Fergie asserts herself as hungry, starving, and ambitious, but never thirsty. Rick Ross supports her declaration with his rhymes. The song is designed to get you ready for the dance floor, and it does. It's like the warm-up to the record. It's like getting you, they're getting you ready, and it works. This special, biggest global, to say it's complicated, understatement of the year. Well, maybe conflict made it in the new flavor in your ear. They knew that I'm a problem. That's why everybody's scared. Whatever doesn't kill you can make you an illionaire. Just turn the headphones up or make the windows roll up. I make the hands go up when I show up and blow it up till I'm full up. Wait, hold up. Girl up in the mirror, only one I fear. You say you're the realest. I told you I'm the illest. Then the chorus is sick, hungry, starving, not thirsty, just hungry, ambitious, still hungry, still hungry. And then, Rick Ross comes in. I'm moonwalking the marble floors. Rick Ross, I'm dripping sauce. Ladies, censor, see me and just wave. Rolls Royce, we call this Wraith. I screw up, censor, money like I'm Escobar. Ballin', Kobe Bryant, that boy living large. No room for medium, that means you thinking small. Ferrari Fergie switching gears. She rocking with the boss. I close my eyes, I must be telepathic. Look over haters, tripling my assets. It takes courage to accomplish these things. Fergie's my queen, I'm the king, now come kiss our rings. Then it's Fergie says, and Rick Ross sick, hungry. And then Rick Ross talks about El Chapo, starving, Renzel. I'm like, okay, what's that have to do with being hungry? But okay. Anyway, not thirsty, just hungry, Ferrari, Fergie, ambitious, still hungry. So yeah, it's a good song. I like it. And then the next track, by the time you hear this track, you're ready to get on the floor and dance. Like it ain't nothing. It actually pulls you up on the dance floor, as Fergie rhymes about turning the club out the minute she steps in. The drums sound very similar to Schoolie D's PSK, What Does It Mean? I still think it's the sample from that song. I just do. It's a real cool throwback in that way. The piano melody and drums anchor the song with the less is more feel. On this song, Fergie references Salt and Pepper when she says, my mic sounds nice. And then Wu-Tang Clan with Catch Was Everything Around Me Cream. And the Audio 2's top billing with I Get Money, Money I Got. She samples that. Fergie does, she floss and gets sexually brazen on this song. And it works. She's having fun. She's letting you know she's back. And when you come back after being gone, you got to come back swinging. So I get it. Intro, hey, my mic sounds nice, check 1. My mic sounds nice, check 2. My mic sounds nice, checks 3. What you gonna do when I step in the room? Bet you mothers are gonna rock to the tune. Bet you mothers are gonna rock to the tune. Censor, of course. Get down to the beat and rock to the tune. What you gonna do when I step into place? Bet you mothers are gonna rock to the bass. That repeats. Then I get money all day, baby. Like it ain't nothing. Nothing. Spend that money. Chick, censor, like it ain't nothing. nothing all day. Nothing, chick, like it ain't nothing. I roll up in the ghost, chick, like it ain't nothing. Not a damn thing. Swimming in loose, swimming in fashion, gotta stay cute. I kill him if I show him in my birthday suit. I kill him when I roll up in my Mercy coupe. I don't mean to show off. I don't mean to floss. I don't mean to be the head chick and the boss. I didn't mean to buy up the whole damn bar. I didn't mean to spend it like what it cost. I didn't mean to whip out the keys to the city. I didn't mean to dress so fresh and pretty. I'm talking about my ladies. Rub on your, got stuck there. Boobies, yeah. Yeah, I said rub on your boobies. Yeah, that's what she says. Censor. Yeah, screw it. I said it. Rub on your boobies. I don't mean to hang with these ladies with booties. We loud and we crazy like we in a movie. Yeah, so she's having fun with this. More about the Fergie review after this break. And once again, the album's called Double Dutchess. We'll be back.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Once again, you're listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is Captain Keith. We're reviewing Fergie's new album, Double Dutchess. So the next track I want to talk about is her single, You Already Know, featuring Nicki Minaj. It's a cool hip-hop club track driven by keys and a sample from Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. It Takes Two. The song's about Fergie's life in the music industry and how she's able to enjoy it at this point in her life. She's ready to show you how to get the job done. Nicki Minaj rhymes about how she has changed the game ever since she got in it and how she gets her paper and anything else she wants. The song has a fast-paced production to it that will keep you on the dance floor until towards the end of the song, where it changes tempo by slowing down. The guitar starts playing with the slow country western twang with R&B bass and drums. The end of the song feels like an interlude that rolls straight into her next track called Just Like You, which is really cool. So, and then some of the lyrics from You Already Know is life's a movie, let the camera roll, fast life moving, ain't no going slow. That's right, baby. You already know. You already know. Hope you're ready. Ready, steady, steady rocking. Let it go. Get rolled. I just can't hold. Back and forth because I'm the girl with soul. Ain't controlling effects, so what the heck. Rock the discotheque because this groove is up next. Teasing the camera, freeze while I animate. I'm no amateur. I'm a laminate. I'm an assassinate all the imitates. Then I'm gonna take a break and meditate. Let me think about it. Put my little noodle on the problem, then I drink about it. Drink a little, swig a little, sip a little, spill a little. Feel a little loopy when I get a little tipsy. Bees got me feeling like a gypsy. Smoking on a hookah got me feeling like a hippie. Trippy, gone for a minute and you missed me. Now Fergie back with a bag full of Trixies. What? So, yeah, I mean, it's a catchy track. It is. My favorite track on here, well, I guess there's two, but we're going to go with this one. It's called A Little Work. And this one, because Fergie's done like maybe 4 or 5 videos for the album already. And this video was my favorite. This song is like my favorite off the album. And we'll talk about why. So it's called A Little Work. It's a great pop song about how everybody is a little bit broken and hurt. The song is also about addiction and kicking it. This is one of the best songs on the record. Fergie's humility and humanity shine through effortlessly. Low-end bass and faint keys in the background. The low-end bass drives this song. Fergie rhymes in an almost whispered voice while singing the hook soulfully and honestly. Got a lot of answers I'm looking for in these meds. About time I talk to somebody, shrink my head. A lot of promises broken, things that were said, and I can't get out of this bed. Got bruises on my heart, plenty scars on my mind. Got blisters under the Band-Aid over my life. Gonna rip it open and show the world what's there. Lord knows I'm not perfect. When everything around me starts to fall, I rise up again to the call. We're all just a little bit broken. Yeah, we're all just a little bit hurt. We've all got wounds half open. Yeah, we can all use a little work. A little work. Gotta wait first of the month to pick up that check. He bounced and left. It was over. Never came back. Had a lot of questions about daddy after he left. Now it's just mama and them kids. And she said, I'll hold her down. Don't you worry. We'll find a way no matter how. I'll make sure the bills get paid. She gave it all and thank God their mouths got fed. She prayed the cycle would end. Sometimes when you feel like you need it, they send in the medic. Well, but if it's your soul that is bleeding, that slow drip won't help it. No, it's time to get up to the front of the line, the guards of the battle and straight for the mine. Well, there's nothing that's holding you down, stuck on the ground, far from the crown, 'cause you are a warrior more than you know. We're all just a little bit broken. We're all just a little bit hurt. Yeah, we've all got wounds half open. Yeah, and we all can use a little work. A little work, a little. Yeah, I mean, I like that. It was a pleasant surprise. So as you can see with this record, it's a great pop record because it bounces all around genre wise, and you can tell that Fergie's having fun doing it as well. Love Is Blind is a reggae lace song that has Fergie declaring her love for a player who she wants to stay with. She wants him to leave the other girls because they're not good for him the way that she is. She knows that her love is blind, but she can't help herself when it comes to him. She just wants to be his one and only. I mean, the song is catchy. I mean, Fergie definitely shows her versatility vocally on this track. Like I said, because it has a whole reggae feel to it. Hey, baby, won't you lie to me? Oh, darling, tell me pretty please. Oh, baby, won't you tell me what I want to hear? Don't leave me alone. About those chicks, I don't want to know. Censor. They think they love you. Screw those other ladies. Censor. They had you for a minute. Just tell them you belong to me. Don't leave me alone. You're number one. I just want to be your only love. To me, it's crystal clear. I'm in love and love is blind. I'm in love and love is blind. Cook your breakfast in my birthday suit. When you're sick, I'll cook you chicken soup. Just feed me delicious lines I want to hear. Don't leave me alone. Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, it's a good song. So you're trying to hold on to someone that you shouldn't be with. So yeah, love is blind. Yeah, it is. So in that regard, but when you hear the song and the way it goes, I mean, you're not necessarily catching all that with the reggae feel to it, and the production. It's a real cool, groovy, swaying song. So she also says, about those chicks, I don't want to know. They think they love you. Screw those other ladies. They had you for a second. Just tell them you belong to me. Don't leave me alone. You're number one. I just want to be your only love. To me, it's crystal clear. I'm in love and love is blind. I'm number one. Original, the OG forever. Mrs. 2, Por Vida, EK, we'll be together. Me say 3, call me your main bae. Cause baby, I'm your Ruka and you're my darling since it started. We're going to run it, stay 100, keep it coming at this woman, creation. So pass the Dutchess, give me those eyes. Pass the Dutchie, got me hypnotized. You're number one. I just want to be your only love. So Fergie's Double Dutchess is an album about love, the loss of love, addiction, toxic relationships, confidence, ambition, success, and humility. It's a great pop record, perfectly blended with hip hop, soul, jazz, and reggae. This album was definitely worth the wait. On a scale from 1 to 10, I give it 9. My favorite tracks are Hungry featuring Rick Ross, Like It Ain't Nothing, You Already Know featuring Nicki Minaj, Just Like You, A Little Work, MILF Money, which there's a cool video for that too, actually. Love Is Blind, Diddy Zone, and Cleopatra. So yeah, there you go. And now, Omar, Love and Beats. This is Omar's 8th studio album. This new record is actually produced by Omar's Grammy Award-winning younger brother, Scratch Professor. The two make quite a pair, actually. So, and of course, Omar is he's British. He's now when you say his name, you say Omar MBE. He received the member of the British Empire Order. So he got that. about a year or 2 years ago, maybe. So the first track on here is called Dickies Tune. Starts the album off with keys and flute playing that has like a 60s psychedelic sound to it. The rhythm guitar is light and subtle with bass gently behind it. The Grammy Award winner jazz pianist Robert Glasper's piano solo towards the end of the song gives it an even smoother touch to the song. That's about Omar's love, Vicky, who's also the mother of his twin girls. The song also features British rapper Ty, who hauntingly sounds similar to Tricky when I hear him rhyme. The song's about Omar admitting his faults and knowing that Vicky is the best thing that's ever happened to him. He knows he's prone to messing up by playing with fire and doesn't know if he can stop. He also knows that he doesn't want to lose her because he knows how magical they are together. So, yeah, so that song's called Vicky's Tune, and let me get the lyrics for you on that one. So, and Omar's he's also a multi-instrumentalist, so he's known for playing keyboards, bass, guitar, drums. So with this song, Vicky's Tune, I've got to learn to take my time, always making moves on things that I don't want. Stuffing ting is what I call my crime. Like a hangover, it's messing with my head. Oh no, there's something wrong with me. I don't stop. I know what she means to me. Yes, please stop. No, it can't be guaranteed. I won't stop. You must be kidding me. It's me. How many can say it represent heaven and hell? We're just beginning to control it. They're trying to throw me right off scent. Don't you realize that it's mine and that I own it? There's something wrong with me. I don't stop. I know what she means to me. Yes, please stop. No, it can't be guaranteed. I won't stop. You must be kidding me. It's me. We got issues to deal with. If not you, who can I keep it real with? The man in the mirror is not making it clearer. Got to get a grip as the end draws nearer. Don't know why you love me regardless, even when I'm upset talking. The hardest talk. It's like I jump on the bonfire, feel the burn, then I jump higher. It's a merry-go-round again. There's no looking down. We were bound to end up here, all kinds of fear, self-doubt, chewing on the ear, so beware. Got the world in the palm of my hand, but there's many things I don't understand. But I know together we're a marvelous band. Sweet music forever is a marvelous plan. Now bang, bang, boogie, we got to work. So that's Vicky's Tune. That's how the album opens. It's a good song. So, and then Insatiable. So this song starts off with a jazzy funky Rhodes keyboard playing as the bass plays behind the keys, and the drum programming is sparse but steady. Natasha Watts' voice is soulfully soothing on the song. She's featured on the song, of course. And the song's about the feelings of love that you have and how that insatiable feeling is all for the one you love. You don't want anyone but that particular person. It's all about being blessed with love as you get to know each other more and more. The insatiable feeling of love. So, and with that, it's take the feeling that you have, make them faithful. And when that's sung, it's like 3 or 4 singers singing that, and it sounds really good. I wish I could play that for you so you can hear it, but it sounds really cool when they sing that opening line. You know, they say, take the feeling that you have, make them faithful. Show the world you got this love, you're insatiable. Blessings come high to you, willing and able. Let your light shine through. Then Omar chimes in and says, if time was all we had, was all we knew, I'd wait forever. My heart is open wide and waiting for you to stay. You know, get to know you, get to show you. I just want to be in your life. I deserve to be the only one by your side. Hear me now, I won't walk away. Not going to give up today, no way. Take the feeling that you have, make them faithful. Show the world you got this love, you're insatiable. Blessings come home to you, willing and able. Let your light shine through. So, I mean, when I saw the title of the song, I'm like, it's okay. I didn't think it was going to play out this way lyrically, but it did. And I like it. It was really cool. Because when you think of the word insatiable, you know, you're not thinking about it the way that he's singing about it, but that's the magic of music and musicians and great songwriters, how they can take a word and maybe even give it a whole different meaning or put it into a whole different context. So yeah, it's, you know, it's cool. I like it. Oh yeah, I knew it from day one. The feelings are oh so strong. Just want to be alone with you. I feel down below, so why not let it go? Come on, take me, baby. Get to know you, get to show you. Take the feeling that you have made. Take the feeling that you have made them faithful. Take the feeling that you have, make them faithful. Sorry about that. Show the world you got this love. You're insatiable. Blessings come from you. Blessings come home. Blessings coming home to you, willing and able. Let your light shine through. So yeah, that's a great song. I like that song. And then on the album, Gave My Heart, featuring Leon Ware, a nice duet. So, and we'll talk more about that after this break. So stay tuned.
Watching TV has changed over time. Streaming has become the new norm. That's why Golden State Media Concepts television podcast dives headfirst to the world of cord cutting. Want to be on the loop of what's hot in Netflix? Or if it's not a preference, what about original shows in Hulu? We've got you covered. Join us as we fill in the blanks and talk about movies to stream and what show you should be binging. This is the Golden State Media Concepts television podcast.
Once again, you're listening to Golden State Media Concepts music podcast. This is Captain Keith, and we're currently reviewing the new Omar record, Love and Beats. So, Gave My Heart, featuring Leon Ware. It starts off with keys, a clock and flute sound along with the harp and bass and drums. The song has like a 70s soul, Love Unlimited orchestra, Barry White vibe to the production thing going on. The song's about giving your love to that special someone because she makes everything better when you do. You feel like you're in heaven when you're with her. Your dark days turn to light. You want to please this person in every way that you can and share everything. Towards the end of the song, it turns into like a jazz blowout with horns and a boom bap drums, as Omar gives props to his producer / little brother, Scratch Professor. So, I mean, it's a nice song, and it's good to hear Mr. Ware's voice. So, and let me read you some of those lyrics real quick. So, I just gave my heart to you, want to show you what my love can do. We say that we can fill our hearts with destiny. I'll take it and I'll do what I think is right for me. Yes, and it's so good my feet get lifted like the wind. So cool I can feel no pain. Can you see? I just gave my heart to you. Want to show you what my love can do. Let's do something that today shows that we are we. Do anything you want. I want to please your needs. And you make me smile. My worries just melt right. I'm so lucky you turned my dark nights into day. I just gave my heart to you. Want to show you what my love can do. I want to share the world with you, baby. What's yours is mine. No, I won't deny. We can look forward to a world of love. It's how love's meant to be. It's a nice song. Nice duet. So, and then the last song I'm gonna talk about is Deja Vu. Yeah, I like this song. So Deja Vu, featuring Mayra Andrade, is a great song that has a 60s soul vibe to it. The song is about Omar seeing a woman and feeling like he's been with her before. I mean, probably in his dreams, but it feels so real. He can't shake the feeling of deja vu, which is French for you already. So Maya Andrade's singing in French is superb. I don't know what she's saying in the one verse, but I just know it sounds great with the song. The song's production, for some reason, reminds me of a soulful version of the Stranglers' Golden Brown, which is interesting because Omar actually did a great cover of that song previously. So, yeah, I wanted to mention that to you guys. I feel that song reminds me of that when I hear it. So, in the lyrics for Deja Vu, I feel I want to be around your tune. Like I've heard your melody before. Did we have a rendezvous in my dreams? I've seen your face many times before. Don't tell me coincidence. My feelings know of the time we spent. So, and then I only want to be around your song like a carousel that's spinning free. Have we met with the view to make love and be much more than a memory? So, and then she speaks in French, and I'm not going to even try to say that because I'll just butcher it. But yeah, don't tell me coincidence. My feelings know of the time we spent. I only want to be around your song like a carousel that's spinning free. Have we met with the view to make love and be much more than a memory? Deja vu was before you. Deja vu can't ignore you. Smooth. So this album, I mean, Omar's Love and Beats is a soul R&B album laced with Caribbean island flavored jazz that speaks on love, regret, loss of love, family, self-reflection, and the joy of discovering love and immersing yourself in it. This is one of the best soul albums I've heard in a long time. I give this record a 10. Favorite tracks are Dickies Tune, Insatiable featuring Natasha Watts, Gave My Heart featuring Leon Ware, Deja Vu featuring Myra Andrade, Girl Talk interlude that's featuring the Montaigne Life Folks. That's Vicky and his twin girls talking. It's a really cute interlude. Hold Me Closer featuring Stuart Zender, Doobie Doo, and Destiny. So check the record out, Omar Love and Beats. And it's also a deluxe version that's available with some additional remixes. I had that too. But yeah, Omar Love and Beats. Go get it. Next on the list, Oddisee and Good Company. Yes. So what do I say about Oddisee? So a lot of people don't realize that the roots are the roots. I don't know if they were the first hip hop live band or they're just, I know they're the ones that survived. There were other hip hop live bands like a group called Alphabet Soup. They were on Prong Sound Records / Mammoth. That was Les Claypool's label. I believe they're out of San Francisco. They had one great record. So Oddisee is an MC producer from DC. And when he performs, he always performs with his band, Good Company. And they're great. I've seen them like 3 times. And he put out a live album. Didn't even know he was going to do it, but I'm glad that he did, because sometimes you have skeptics that think that hip-hop isn't real music and that there's no musicianship to it, and they couldn't be further from the truth. There is a lot of musicianship in hip-hop. It's still a very fascinating musical genre. Actually, it's one of the few genres that's actually evolved production-wise with its sound. So, getting into this record, this album has taken live material from a few different cities like San Diego and Portland, Oregon. The album delivers from beginning to end. The opening live track is Digging Deep, which starts off with horns played on synth keys. The bass kicks in and drums as Oddisee rhymes about digging deeper in regards to conversations and understanding that anybody can be the bad guy if cornered into the right circumstances or the wrong circumstances. And we should all strive to be critical thinkers in that regard. Lyrics, short timing, I've been on this life thing. I've lived like kings, and the men who set aside all the nice things, searching for what life means, and all they found was peace in the pipe dream. Right made wrong from a point of view. Morality is relevant to what you're going through. On the high, I'm a judge. On the low, I'm like your honor. If you only knew that the karma, you would like plea. I feel sorry for the people that are probably hated, because when you take the time to understand the makings of a man, you comprehend that he's the sum of circumstance, and that evil ain't incarnate, and if cornered, we can all create it. I know it's easy when you're angry just to shallow grave it, but dig deeper for the reasons, and we're all related. To kill a cousin ain't as easy as a stranger, and the danger ain't the bullet, but the anger. So let's get into it. Deeper. Let's get into it deeper. That repeats. So nothing happens overnight. Stop thinking you can make it if you copy what I'm doing right. My mistakes ain't in the credits, but that's what should get it. Failure fueled the drive like 87 unleaded. Never gassed up. I'ma stay the same. You could give me fame, or you can take away the last buck. Switching lanes ain't in the formula. Forget it. One me, that's the person that I'ma be until I'm deaded. I ain't here to tell you everything will be fine, because thinking critically is really on a decline. Please read between the lines, for they cross us and we hang like free time. I'm on the incline, steady growing like a garden, try to tend mine. And if you go folding in the foliage of a forest filled with fortune in the form of something for us, that's a grapevine. Now you heard it. So let's get into it. Deeper, deeper. So this album, this live album, once again, Oddisee in good company, it's called Beneath the Surface. And he's letting you know that's where we're going to go just off the first track. And he does. So the next track is called Things. It starts off with the keys playing the sample of the song title Things. Drums come in and out as it matches Oddisee's rhymes. The rhythm guitar lays in the background as the bass is driving the chorus. The song is about Oddisee going through things, problems in his life, but he's reminded that he's not the only one and that he needs to keep that perspective and have more empathy because he doesn't have the market on going through things. And maybe the more we realize that we are all in this together, the sooner we can all overcome it. So, I mean, I like that, things on my mind when I wake up, things all my time I try to take up. If I could save up money like worry, I'd be a rich man, but sorry, would plague much. I done made up the fiction that I'm a center of a system causing the day rust. Center stage and a monologue play of me and the audience all in my makeup. With a view when it's all for the show, assuming that I'm doing what you already know. I think I'm in the middle of a palm-heavy globe. Everybody trying to steal what I already own. But in this life, we are all but alone. The feelings that you are is a problem condoned. Just sunlight hit the spotlight that we hold, like it's one light that we cut off till it's gone. One candle on the cake trying to take it. Souls set sail on the race trying to take wind. We're all faves in the chips that we place in. Better build self, anybody else cave in. So I'm holding on to pressure like it's all mine. That ain't sweat. It's just the way I keep the floor shined. Everybody queued up in the long grind, thinking we next in the short line. Things I'm going through. So it's a good song and it's real catchy. I like it a lot. I mean, there's more lyrics to it. I want a lot more things. Biggie tried to tell me what a lot more bring. A headstrong man would take a lot more strains, seeing pleasure in the presence of a lot more pain. It's like I'm in the plot of a horror flick scene, and I'm going to run towards where I thought I'd heard screams, because things draw me like a self-portrait, blank paper trying to fill it with a lot more green. Because things make life, and a life worth living is a life worth giving to a fight for dreams. When your schemes matter more than the next man's, and the next man's matter more than the rest, and we all forget that we are not all things. So I'm going to take time in the line. All those behind me can chill. But if I was last, I'd probably be the first one to whine for real. So yeah, that's Things from Oddisee. And then one of my other favorite tracks on this record is Like Really. yeah, Like Really is it's a play on, well, it's about the irony of what you're doing, like how do I say it? Because I'm so used to hearing that track. I mean, how do I transcribe it for you? Give me 1 second here. I'm going to go over those lyrics and talk about the song. Let's see, one moment. It's about, Like Really is really about the contradiction that people have and what they're doing and what they say. The song starts off with these keys and someone saying like, on this live version. So now, by the way, the live version of this is predominantly a live version of his latest studio album called The Iceberg. I mean, there are some songs on here that are from other records. But most of the songs are from his last record, and this is one of them. So, and the keys start to play on this song, and they have like a chiming noise. The bass is subtle, and it's behind the keys. And he talks about like, why are you always contradictory in what you're doing? you say one thing and you do another. And I'll give you an example of what I mean, like in these lyrics, because I can better explain it to you in the lyrics of this song. He says, why you want to catch my eye when you already know that I'm taken? Nah, like really, how you past due on payments and I'm seeing you on vacation. How you going to make us great when we were never really that amazing? Take it back to what? I don't find hanging black lives entertaining. How do you police the streets of a neighborhood you do not engage in? You know, why a brother get 3 for a sack while your brother go free for raping? Now, like really, how you make a film about Egypt with all leading roles Caucasian? Now, like really, how you saying all lives matter when that stats say we are not adjacent? Like really, tell me if I got it all wrong. Like I signed on the line, but I didn't read the form. And the fine print is all about the times we mourn, and the color of my skin means I got to be strong. So, yeah, he's just questioning all these contradictory things that are happening in life, and it's just one of my favorite songs because live it sounds like a really cool, like rap jazz song. Because the way the keys play with the bass and the drums, it's just really smooth and mellow, but the lyrics are very confrontational in a charismatic way. So this album is a great live record. If you want to know what live hip hop sounds like, this is definitely an album to pick up in that regard, because you will be impressed with it. And then, like I said, it sounds similar to the studio album, but just different enough to keep your attention and to make you happy that you have it. So, and the other tracks on here that stand out are Wanna Be, which is just about wanting to be happy with your life and wanting to be left alone and just wanting to do your own thing. That's Love, talking about how people look out for you and have your back, even when things don't go right for you, they're still there for you, and that's love, and how you're appreciative and how you're grateful for that. So, and Lifting Shadows talks about what happens when people look at you differently because you have a different religion than most, and how just because you're different and you may worship different doesn't mean that you're not a citizen. It doesn't mean that you don't love, and doesn't mean that you don't have things in common with everybody else. This is a good album. I like it a lot. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give Oddisee's and Good Company, Beneath the Surface, a 9. You should check it out. It's good. Like I said, I've seen them live, and they always deliver. It's a great show, great band. Keys, MPC, drums, guitar, bass, and Oddisee. And it all works. They are a live act. So Oddisee writes his own music. He arranges and composes and produces it all in the studio, and he's able to translate it live every time. So check it out. Well, once again, you've been listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is Captain Keith. Hope you had a good time. I know I did. Thanks for tuning in, listening. People of the known universe and planet Earth. And I will see you somewhere out in space. Oh, by the way, before I see you somewhere out in space, favorite tracks on this record: Digging Deep, Things, Hold It Back, Wanna Be, Like Really, That's Love, You Know Who You Are, Lifting Shadows. So yeah, like most of the record, there you go. All right, now I'll see you somewhere out in space.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.